Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren, and as you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online, and I'm back on my Gamma Recruit character. This will be the final episode with my Gamma Recruit for now anyways, because I don't know if I'll actually do any more videos with it. But for now, this video, I'm going to be going over all the rewards I've gathered throughout playing the episodes, the rewards from being a Gamma Recruit itself, and what I generally think about the missions and stuff. So let's go ahead and look at our mission, or not missions, but kind of our like extra earnings that we get from being a Gamma Recruit. Now up here, our primary rewards for doing all these, for leveling up and doing TFOs. Our primary reward for that is marks and stuff. Like right here, you can see I got 500 of my choice of marks for that, which did come in handy because I did end up spending quite a few of my marks, not only leveling up the reputation system, but also getting items like the ground set here and a few other space pieces. But yeah, it definitely comes in handy, and it's really good for building up your character. Onto specialization, I feel like I got this one done, and this one also, I believe, well, this one, what does this one give us? Okay, you have received this prize as a reward for spending 45 specialization points in any specialization as a Gamma Recruit. Activating this item will grant you 3 recruitment tech upgrades. So this comes in handy for upgrading items. I believe all of these had something similar to that. Yeah, 3 recruitment upgrades. Yep. Yeah, they all had that. So yeah, let me go ahead and grab this. Oh, this also, on the bottom there, this also additionally unlocks any of the following starship traits by spending 15 specialization points in the applicable specialization. Will instead reward you with an upgraded, improved version of that trait. So we got demolition teams, unconventional tactics, and arrest. I'll go over that in a minute here. First, let's go ahead and open this up. So we got our recruitment universal tech upgrades. Got 3 of those. These are pretty nice, because they do give quite a, well, they don't give a lot, but they're a decent amount. See, right here it says 15,000 tech point upgrades to work on any item, no dilithium cost. Like over here, these are some ground ones. These are 12,800 tech points, but it does require you to use your dilithium. So these are actually pretty good. Now let's go over, what was it, the traits that you get from that. All right, so I got one of them activated. Improved demolitions team. I'm not gonna read all this, is kind of flavor text in bit, but it kind of just repeats itself. So every 2 seconds, applies a demolition team buff to your primary target or nearby foe within 2-kilometer radius. Once 3 buffs applied, or debuffs applied, deal 300. Oh, this is not gonna be correct because I'm on ground. Deals, because I think this is space, right? Yeah. All right. So yeah, it deals 375.4. You gotta round that up for whatever it is in space. Connect damage and 100% shield penetration. Additional demolition teams cannot be applied for 8 seconds after a successful detonation. So it's just an extra like transport warhead or something like that. You know, you beam it in there and it does damage. Kind of the same idea. Also we have what is it? Improved arrest. When defeating your primary target to self, minus 30% recharge time on bridge officer abilities. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. That's actually pretty good because a lot of times you want certain abilities up a lot faster. Like say you're doing a torpedo build, you want your torpedo spread up a lot faster. So that'll work a lot, really good for that. Or like say you need a lot of heals. What was the other one? Improved unconventional tactics. This is plus 20% all damage for 15 seconds. So how do we get this? We have to activate brace for impact. All right, so that brace for impact gives you a defense bonus, right? So now it also gives you a plus 20 all damage bonus for 15 seconds, which is pretty good. You don't have to use brace for impact when you're low on health or you think you need extra defense. You can just use that at any point, and then it's got a cooldown or whatever. So that's a pretty good one. All right, so let's go back in here. We also have our R&D, which sadly I don't have done yet. I am pretty close though, because, well, you won't be able to see it right now because if I scroll down, you can't see it. But each one of these three right here are for the ground weapon one. You see them at 14. I need 31,000, and each one of these give you 6. So that's 6, 12, 18. So, and these take 20 hours to complete. So every 20 hours, I get the 18 points to add on to this. But, you know, since it takes 20 hours to do, it takes a long time to get there. That's why I'm not done yet. So now I could have, you know, bought them out, you know, but that would cost a lot of dilithium to do. So some people have the option of doing that. I mean, I could have. I've got alts to have dilithium on them that I could have transferred over and helped me do that, but I didn't really want to waste that dilithium. You never know what that can be used for in the future. So yeah. But yeah, let's go over the rewards for that. Let's see here. We got, I believe most of these give you duty officers. This one gives you R&D specialist duty officer. This one gives you green research lab duty officer. Oh, 5 uncommon, as well as a large crafting XP bonus. Oh yeah, you could boost yourself with, you know, bonuses too for that, which I did use those bonuses to get where I am. So let's see. Instantly, oh, this one gets you instantly to level 10 on any of your choosing. So I end up using that. I believe I used that on the shields, I believe. Yeah. And I don't know why I've been putting points into the shield one. It's not like I'm going to be using this character or need that. So, yeah, anyways, and then we got the one that I don't have, which I'll probably do this on my own later on at some point, eventually get this done. Activating this, this item will grant you a very rare purple Aegis R&D specialist duty officer and a large crafting XP bonus pool. So the Aegis R&D duty officer, I'm not really sure what their thing is. I know that there is the Aegis space set that you can get in here. Right here we got the impulse engine, and there is a shield that you can get, which I think you have to be up to level 15 for. Is there an, oh yeah, I think they're a deflector dish. So I'm assuming that they'll be just a decent quality, you know, probably might give you a bonus to crafting, maybe, I don't know. And then we had the upgrading an item to max rank, which gave us enhanced universal tech upgrades, which are pretty nice. Got 3 of those from that. And then we had to get an item to max quality, which I believe gives the same reward. This item will grant you a large salvage pack as well as an account unlock for extra large. Oh, okay. So you get a lot of salvage pool for that. So you get more salvage when you salvage something. Onto the Admiralty system. This one, I believe, gives you more ships for the Admiralty system. You get some random ones for that. I believe these are all kind of the same. You just get more ships. Most of them are one-time use ships, which kind of sucks. I just got this one the other day. This one, 10 of any single Admiralty campaign. Okay, activating this item will grant you 10 random one-time use Admiralty ships, 10 Admiralty assignment pass tokens, and some dilithium ore. So let's go ahead and grab that. You see that right here. These are all one-time uses, sadly. So once I use them, they are gone. That's a decent amount of dilithium. The passes are pretty good because sometimes you get ones that are like way too costly, and you can't really get there with the ships you have because ships have cooldowns and stuff. And being a Gamma recruit, I don't have, well, I could collect ships I've gotten in the past from events and stuff, and those will give me Admiralty ships for that. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of Admiralty ships. So when they're on cooldown, I really don't have anything I can do. Now this one I haven't gotten. This one is to get 3 of your Admiralty things to, or 2 of them, I should say, to level 10. I've only got the one up to level 10. I believe this gives basically the same reward. Yeah, same reward. And to get 3 up to rank 10, this one will give you basically the same thing, but also an Odo's flagship Admiralty card, an additional Admiralty slot, and some dilithium ore. And I believe the Odo flagship Admiralty card is permanent. That you can't get rid of. That's so that's pretty good. And have more Admiralty slots is nice, I guess. So you can do more often. All right, on to reputation progress here. This one, I believe it's always gives you dilithium. Okay, this is 100 marks of your choice, 2 elite marks of your choice, 2,500 reputation project dilithium voucher, and 2,500 energy credits. I believe this was basically the same thing, but more. And then this one, again, the same thing, but more. So it gets boosted, you get a little bit more this time. This one, I've gotten everything up to at least level 5. And the reason why I don't have 6 done is because I wasn't really thinking. Because when you start, you automatically have Task Force Omega and Nukara, and I believe it was Iconian one, are automatically at tier 5. Well, if I was thinking correctly, I would have been like, oh, well, I can do one of these while I'm getting all the other ones from rank 1 to rank 5. But I didn't do it until recently, so, which would have been nice to have done, because I believe, the 2 of the best passives you can get in space are in here. And I only have rank 1 of them because you get rank 1 version at rank 5 of doing the for the tiers. But you get rank 2, which makes it a lot better. But yeah, these 2 right here are like the best ones you can get, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and collect the reward for that. For getting 5 of them up to tier 10. This one will be, let's see here. We get choice of 800 marks, choice of elite marks, 2 stacks of 5. Okay, so that's 10 total. So we get like 5 of one, 5 of another. 30,000 reputation project dilithium vouchers, and 5 million energy credits. So let's go ahead and grab that. So you got, I open it up so we can actually see it. There we go. There's the energy credits and the reputation dilithium. Now for this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, so I'm going to keep them from now. I might go for like, whatever. Maybe I might complete my gamma stuff. I don't know. So I don't really plan on playing as this character, so I might use this, get random marks, and then just exchange it for dilithium, I guess, maybe. So yeah, and then we have tier 6, getting 1 to tier 6, and we can see that this one gives you, let's see here, it just gives you an experimental ship upgrade. Okay, that'd be nice to have. Is this character bound on pickup though? I guess the box is, but is the experimental ship upgrade inside the box bound? Ooh, I hope it's not, because it'd be nice to have that on my main character. I mean, I do have a lot on my main character. I probably have a whole bunch of them. But having more is nice. Let's go on to duty officer, the duty officer thing, it takes forever because you do not get a lot of experience for each thing. And it just takes forever to do. I have some done right now. Oh, actually Admiralty is done. But yeah, you can see right here, I've got a few of them going. So yeah, 8 hours just to get that much is not a lot. You can see right here, this one's nice because it gives you 2 different things. And I've been working on both of these, engineering and military. But again, 8 hours for that much is not a lot. Go to the overview. I've been primarily working on like medical, military, engineer, science, and development. Because development, you don't really get a lot of these, surprisingly. So I started working on medical to see if I can get that done quicker. Just so I can get up to having 3 of them at least at rank 3. And then since I have those 4 going anyways, I'll get them up to rank 4. And then it wants you to get 6 of them up to rank 4. That's going to take forever to do. It's like almost like a year-long project. Well, I mean, not a year-long, but like half a year-long project with how long it takes to do. So thankfully, sometimes there's duty officer weekends where you get more experience for it. But yeah. And then we got the fleet one, which I did really early on. This just required me to join a fleet and have 20 in-game hours in order to claim this, which gave me 500 fleet marks, 50,000 fleet only dilithium, and 100 of each holding commodity. There's like these kind of things that are meant for like fleets. I've used up quite a few of those already. The rest of it is kind of sitting in my bank. This one is earning 1,000 fleet credits, or 100,000 fleet credits. So by investing in the fleet, you get the fleet credits. This one is for the reward, 600 fleet marks, 60,000 fleet lithium only, and 200 of each holding commodity. And then, of course, we got the final one, 500,000 fleet credits earned, gets you 700 fleet marks, 70,000 fleet only dilithium, and 300 each of holding commodities. Again, I've used pretty much all of that already on my fleet. And then we got all the rewards from completing the episodes, which are, I believe all of them are the same. You get some energy credits, dilithium ore, experience, and 50 marks of your choice. So yeah, I do have a lot of marks left over after getting everything up to rank 5, and I probably won't go to rank 6 on most of them. I'll probably do the 1 to rank 6 so that I can get the final thing for this one right here. So again, that's like what a lot of, oh yeah, the experimental ship upgrade. So that'd be nice to see. What were you just scanning? All right. But yeah, Next, I want to go over the item rewards that we got. You can see them all here on the bottom. Is there something over here? Okay. But yeah, one of the first things we got was this weapon. I didn't really show this off. I just kind of swung it around here in Deep Space Nine. These two I did show off a bit. I did use this one a lot in missions. But I'm going to be going over to Defara where the Borg are at, and then we use these on them. Mainly because these are physical damage. Well, this isn't. This is fire damage, but that's fine. Borg don't like physical damage because they can't adapt to it. So I'll be showing those off. And then over here, we got our final rewards for the last mission. Actually, let me go ahead and grab the other thing, which is right here. So we got the space weapon set, which gives us a torpedo. It gives us a Omni. This is basically kind of, it could be either a omnidirectional beam or a turret, depending on what fire mode you're using. And then we got a console, which boosts stuff. Now, the damage on these aren't accurate because I'm on ground. I believe this is accurate because these don't change. But yeah, this gives you 50% weapon damage versus foe in rear 90-degree arc, which is pretty nice. It also gives you a plus 20% Polaron damage, and these do Polaron damage, so that works for that. Plus 30 Starship Drain expertise. So if you're doing a lot of drain, that's good. And then you get a minus 10% weapon power cost. That is always good to have. Less weapon power cost. I'll go over these a little bit more when I show them off. We also got this from the last one. This allows you to call in some Herc to fight alongside you. This right here, this is basically if you're going up against enemies that are stealth, this will stop them from being stealth. Plus it gives you a plus 39% dodge chance. So if I do a dodge roll, I get that 39% extra chance to dodge their attack. And then we also got this one. This just allows you to call in this kiosk, or what is it? Beam in a kiosk while on ground. So you basically you use your bank, you can use your mail, you can use the exchange and stuff like that. Your fleet bank, your account bank, and all that good stuff. It comes in handy if your inventory becomes too full. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Defara and show these off, and I'll be right back. All right, I am on Defara, and there are Moopsie everywhere. Let's go ahead and add one. There we go. Always gotta have a Moopsie with you. All right, so let's go ahead and actually, first I'm going to show, well, I got to equip everything first. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to put that there, put this back up in here. I might as well equip that. I did show this off last time, but I'm going to show it again. Where did it put you? Right there. That's going to take a few seconds. So first, let me go ahead and call this guy in so you can see that again. There he is. So yeah, you can browse commodities. This is where you can also just sell your stuff that you don't want. Mail, bank, exchange. Yep, you got your regular bank, your account bank, your fleet bank. So that's nice that you have all that just there. It does have a bit of a cooldown, I believe. 1,170 seconds left on the cooldown. 5 minutes, which, it despawns after 5. 7,100. Okay, I don't know. That's a long time. All right, I'm not gonna do the math on that. You can do that on your own if you want to do the math on that. Well, how much time that is? That's quite a bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and show off these weapons. Now I do like the throwing knives. What are they called? Let me show. Actually, go over them. So yeah, these are the Lech Lex, or however you pronounce Leches. Throwing knives, there goes Moopsy. He's gonna go do some damage. I did upgrade these to max rank, but not quality. But yeah, they do physical damage. They come with crit chance, or crit severity, crit chance and stuff. If you're attacking the enemy from behind, they do exposed damage, 2,300 or 200, 300%. And then they do have an AoE version of the ability. The first one just throws a single knife at the target. The second one, Blade Fan, it throws multiple knives at enemies in like a cone right in front of you. I think it's up to like 5 enemies or something like that. I can't remember. Let me go ahead and actually do more details. Max is 6 enemies. So, yeah. And then we got the other weapon. I don't really use melee weapons a lot. I have used them before. I believe there's one that's actually pretty decent in the reputation system for Nukara. So yeah, right here. It's I believe it's physical damage, but I believe I'm trying to remember. I think it actually does, or it might be a different one. I was thinking there was one where somehow you like absorb energy and then it turns it into that type of energy weapon. Like it does that kind of damage. Like so you get hit with like a bunch of phasers, and then now you can do phaser damage with it or something. I can't remember. Might be a different weapon. But yeah, let's go over the actual weapon itself though that we have. So this says physical damage, 10% chance to cause bleed damage for 10 seconds. It's got crit chance, crit severity on it. And then we got a secondary attack where again it just does damage, and then basically all the same, but actually it's all the same. So there's no difference between left click and right click on this. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and show this off. Let's do the melee weapon first. You need to get right close up to him so it'll work. Over here. Now these can hit multiple targets at once, I believe, if they're in your range. If you spam it, you do like combo attacks. They do a lot of damage. It kind of sucks when you're trying to actually hit them. And it's kind of weird because, well, actually you get a third attack, which is like a lunge. It's kind of weird because I know it's a lot of these weapons, you actually get like a run at them attack too. But this doesn't seem to do it. So you don't get a run at them attack. So that's kind of a downside to this weapon. It might be just be swords that do that. I'm not 100% certain. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to the throwing knives. I do prefer this one over the melee weapon. As you see, I did a ton of damage because I hit him in the back. If I hit him in the front, I don't do as much damage. Go after these over here. Pretty quick. They don't do a massive amount of damage, but they're decent. They're okay on speed, I guess. There's definitely a lot of faster weapons you can use on ground for doing like physical damage. Like the Tommy gun, for instance, which I do have. But yeah, that's basically it for that. You know, they're not that bad of weapons. I mean, I definitely prefer like I said, I definitely prefer the throwing knives. And for melee weapons, I'd probably go with a sword over this because you do get that lunge attack, so you can actually like charge at your enemies. Yeah. Let's go ahead and Oh, actually, I got the kit ability to use. Plus, this is off cooldown. Where? Right there it is, right there. I showed this off when I got it. It's just a flare. It's a lot brighter when you're in a dark area. So, yeah, let's go ahead and show off the kit ability. This one does fire damage to enemies, 50% shield penetration. Foes caught in the initial blast are confused for 5.8 seconds. And I believe if they, as long as they stay in the area, they keep taking fire damage. So let me go ahead and click off of that so I don't actually use those, and just use the ability itself. Now, as you can see, it doesn't do a lot. Could be better. I mean, it's not fully upgraded or anything either. So you do want to rely on not just using that itself. You want, you know, your weapons and stuff too. Let's go ahead and use it again. Don't mind me putting down a turret. I have an ability that makes it so I put down turrets whenever I use my, or it has a chance to put down a turret whenever I use the kit ability. So, but yeah, again, it would be nicer if it did more damage, but also, again, like I said, I don't have it maxed out. I think I can go up in rank one more time, and I can go up in quality a little bit. So yeah, not bad. Could be better, but not bad. I do prefer overall as the 3 ground things, the throwing knives. So yeah. Now as we go over the space set and the phase waveform beacon, I'll go up into space here so you can actually see that. Actually, I'm being attacked right now, so let me take care of that first. All right, so you can see the proper numbers now. So this does 7,000. Well, the numbers keep changing because I don't know why. It does that sometimes. You done fluctuating? All right. So yeah, it does a decent amount. This is a torpedo, by the way. This does a decent amount of damage. Not the highest amount of damage yet. I mean, all these things aren't fully upgraded yet. So I do believe, though, if it is fully upgraded, I don't believe it will be the max amount of damage a torpedo can have. I believe there are better torpedoes damage-wise. But the thing about this one is it does polaron damage instead of kinetic damage, which can be boosted by your polaron consoles. Except for some reason, it doesn't get boosted by this, or at least it doesn't seem like it does. Which is right here. That's kind of weird. It's showing, it says plus 2.5 polaron damage, but right here it says 20, which is the proper thing. So see if it fixes itself. There we go. But yeah, if I put this in, you can look down here, see how much damage it does. 8,079.7. But get rid of one of these consoles. You can see that it went down. Let's go ahead and put that back on. So I'll go back up to the 8,000. And then if I take this off. Oh, it does do it now. Okay, it didn't do that before. For some reason, it wasn't working when I took that off. It's kind of weird. Or was it something else? Might have been one of the other consoles. Okay, so yeah, this has polaron damage. So let me take that one off. No, that one does too. Okay, it's confusing because it wasn't doing with one of them. Okay, so this says, oh, I see what it is. Polaron directed energy weapon. So this is the one I had the problem with. Because it says polaron directed energy, but it also says projectile weapon damage. So you think that would work for that too. So let me go ahead and look at that. Okay, it does. Okay, I'm confused now because before I don't remember which one it was. One of these consoles had the polaron damage on it, And when I took it off, it didn't count for that damage on there. But now it's showing that it does count. Huh. Might have been a glitch or something. I don't know. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff on there. This doesn't do a massive amount. It is a, you know, basic. Well, right now it says turret, but if I activate, you know, like, you know, fire at will, it does change it over to a beam, Polaron array, or an omni. Well, it doesn't say omni, which is kind of weird. What does it say up here? I guess this doesn't change, but yeah, it says 360 targeting arc, so it is omnidirectional beam array, just like the kinetic cutting beam. So, but yeah, I'll try to do my best to just show off these weapons, while I go into a, like a patrol or something. I might go to Argala. They're probably the best one to do it. We also got this. This allows you to call in Herc that will fight alongside you. It lasts for, well, activation time is 0.5 seconds, 5-minute recharge time, signals for a few Herc forces to reinforce your current position and assist you in combat for 25 seconds. You can't use it while you're in a small craft, which kind of sucks. So I'll go ahead and show that off as well when I show off the weapons. And I'll probably go, yeah, I'll probably go to Argala to do that. Probably the best one to do it, because I can probably just mark those. So I just have the omnidirectional beam, or well, beam / turret, and the torpedo going. And I will meet you at Argala. All right, I'm in Argala. I guess one of the things I can't really control is I do have my support ships with me. I can't really get rid of those. So they'll be kind of affecting the damage seen a little bit, but let's go ahead and fire the torpedo. Now I believe some of the, let me unclick that. Have just the torpedo going. There you go. It fires, was it 3 torpedoes at once, which isn't too bad. They don't do a lot of damage. Again, they're not like high-end torpedoes. Let me do a spread 2 here, or just let, yeah, okay, never mind. All right, let's try out on these enemies here. Let me get a little closer. Fire. There we go. Does fire quite a few when you do spread. Let's go ahead and get the weapon going itself too, or the beam weapon. Really hard to see it. Even firing. There we go. Right now it's doing turret mode. I think automatically by default it's turret, I guess. But let's go ahead and turn it to a beam by using beam overload. Oh. I forget what you actually click. When you click on stuff, it does that. See, now that beam overload's done, it's still actually acting like a beam now, which is nice. And now I'm behind a rock. Again, it doesn't do a lot of damage, especially on its own. It needs to be upgraded. Let's do fire at will. I guess the enemy's too far away. Let's do a beam overload again. So it's not too bad, because it's part of a set. It does give it, you know, a definite boost to being viable, especially considering you do more polaron damage with the torpedo instead of kinetic damage. So once these are gone, I'll show off the Herc Colin thing. All right, so here's some more enemies, and let me go ahead and call in the Herc. It says a few. There's quite a few of them. They do a decent amount of damage. It just kind of takes time because it takes some time to actually get into combat. They're focusing on that guy over there. You see all those numbers going by. It's small damage, but fast damage. And especially when they gang up on something, they do a lot of damage in total. There you go. Oh, and they are done. They're exceeded their 25 seconds, so they're gone now. Let's go ahead and just activate everything here, get everything going. So you can kind of see how my build works right now. I do wish I had, more upgrade. Well, I guess I do have some more upgrades because I wanted to get this like maxed out and stuff, so you see like the full potential. But it's not too bad. I know I'm in Argala, so the enemies are weaker, but it does do a lot of damage with this set. Especially when you have it kitted out with extra Polaron damage and other Polaron weapons. I do love those torpedoes. They look pretty cool. Activate some buffs.
We do what we want, where we want.
Target's shields have failed.
All right, on to the main enemy of this area, or of this patrol. And you see that there's a lot of numbers there. I didn't do a massive amount of damage because their shields weren't down yet, but again, I'm not doing kinetic damage. I probably would have done a lot more damage if I was doing kinetic damage rather than just Polaron. It's almost kind of like I'm doing it a full like beam build with the weapon, the torpedo being a plasma damage weapon. Because again, it doesn't do kinetic damage and doesn't get buffs from kinetic damages.
Congratulations on them.
Ooh, we got a level. Grab some fleet marks.
Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah, that's basically it. They could be, I guess I'm fine with the way this works for the console itself. The drain expertise could probably be changed out for something else. It could be literally anything. Exotic damage would work. Maybe more hull capacity or shield capacity, anything like that would work. But the rest of it's pretty good. And the fact that this is kind of unique is pretty nice. I believe there's also a phaser type torpedo as well. It's kind of similar to this. This is pretty nice because it can be either a beam array or a turret. I know I didn't really show off the turret part itself much. It was acting like a turret at the beginning there, but as soon as I started using beam abilities, it turned over to being a beam weapon. But the fact that it's an Omni is also nice. I can put it on the back and not worry about not doing damage at times. What else is there to go over? I think it's about it for the items and stuff. I'm going to go back to Deep Space Nine, and I'm going to talk about what I thought of the story itself, and I'll be right back. All right, so on to my thoughts about the missions or the story arc itself. I really enjoyed the story arc on this. It had a lot to it. It was pretty long. There was a lot of cutscenes in this, and I do have to say it's probably one of my favorite story missions or storylines, especially my favorite mission. Where is it? Right here is Quark's Lucky 7, because you got to play as several characters from Deep Space Nine, and being able to do that was a really good choice on their end, allowing you to play as those characters. And the story itself is pretty good too. It was actually a really good storyline. And I did like all the other ones. The other ones are pretty good too. Some of them were kind of similar to what you expect in a normal, storyline. But it was all coherent with each other. There wasn't anything out of place. It was all one big story. It wasn't really, like some of these, sometimes they're a little broken up on how the story works. Like it'll be about this for the beginning part of the story arc, and then it kind of changes a little bit. This is kind of pretty much consistent the whole way through, and it was a very big story. There's 7 missions total, and yeah, I do recommend playing these, even if you don't have a Gamma Recruit. If you don't have a Jem'Hadar character, you can play these on your main character. Doesn't matter what faction they are. The only thing you won't be able to play is these missions. These you have to be a Jem'Hadar or playing a Gamma Recruit to do, because these are the tutorial missions. So you can only do that on the faction that belongs to. So yeah. I do hope they do more of these types of story arcs, because they do add a lot to the game. You get a new faction, but you can also play it on your main character if you want. And I'm really looking forward to it, to them doing more stuff like this, especially being able to play as other characters from the television series. And I know a lot of people, especially when this came out, there was rumors about a new faction coming out and nobody knew who it was. And a lot of people were secretly hoping it was the Borg, because everybody wants a Borg faction. So do I. It'd be kind of nice to see, especially now since you have the coalition, the ex-Borg. You can play as an ex-Borg, would be kind of cool. They can do a whole lot with that and create just a great storyline with it, just like they did with this one. So, but yeah, overall, I give this like an A+ because it's so good and the rewards are really good. So yeah, let me know what you think of the missions themselves. So, if you've gone back and watched my previous videos on the Gamma Recruit stuff, if you haven't, go ahead and do that. What do you think of the rewards? Do you think that the reward system here for completing all these different things, is it worth it to you? I think it would be. I know some of these take a while to do. These ones are going to take me forever to do, because they just take too long. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. Leave a like, comment, and all that good stuff down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.